3, 2, 1. Good evening, everybody. Today, we have the plum pleasing pleasure to go over what I call the napkin presentation. So I'm going to ask everybody to take out a napkin or a piece of paper, right? Because you're going to take notes. And one of the things that I've learned, and it's interesting because guys, I've been doing this for a long time and almost do things automatic, right? But that's why I really love field training, because when I'm field training somebody, it's kind of grounding, right? It brings me back to the basics, to the fundamentals, right? So last week I had the pleasure to go out with Andres Rene. Him and I went on a couple of presentations, and he saw me in the field, like actually what I do, in recruiting and mass and doing some stuff. And one of the things that he got to see was me doing the napkin presentation. As a matter of fact, Fabian's on here. And Fabian was a recipient of one of those napkin presentations. So tonight, as a part of training, I'm going to teach you guys how to do a napkin presentation. Okay, there is no PowerPoint in this. There's no high-speed graphics. The training that I'm going to teach you guys tonight is how to talk to somebody who's already licensed. Okay, somebody who's already licensed. Like, for example, Robert Spagnolo. He's down in the Southwest Florida market, right? He has his license. Him and I connected one of the ads that we put out there, and we've actually become friends throughout the time, right? He has a beautiful baby girls, and the baby was actually born while we were at the training back in February, right? So so tonight I'm going to go ahead and show you guys how to do that. Robert, if it's okay with you, can you mute yourself? I'm going to use you as a person that I'm presenting the business to. That way everybody else can take notes. And guys, please take notes on this, okay? So the first step, before I even pick up a pen, I'm going to spend the first 5 to 10 minutes building rapport, okay? And that's so important. People don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. And I don't care if you're recruiting them or selling them a policy, putting together a retirement program, it doesn't matter, right? You want to build that rapport, right? So the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to call Robert, right? We're going to have a conversation where I'm going to be sitting with him at a restaurant or at his house or wherever. And the first thing out of my mouth is going to be, Robert, man, I'm so excited to be with you tonight, right? But before we get started, tell me a little bit about yourself. Tell me a little bit about yourself.
Bit about myself?
No, not right now. But for the purposes of this training, I want you to write that down. Tell me a little bit about yourself. Guys, that phrase, that sentence alone has made me millions of dollars. Literally has made me millions of dollars. I can't tell you how many times I've beaten out other agents, both in real estate and in insurance, just because I asked them, tell me a little bit about yourself. Okay. We're going to go back and forth. I'm going to try to make some connections, not overly connected, but he's going to tell me he has kids. He's married, right? He just moved from New Jersey to Florida, right? I'm condensing it because I know Robert and I can go for about 45 minutes on this, right? But the idea is you want to build that connection and you want to find bridges of where you can connect. Okay. Now, once I do that, I'm going to ask him to take out a piece of paper or a napkin, or I will actually, and Andres saw me do that. I have always my notebook with me. I will flip the notebook over and give the people a notebook with a pen. I want to make sure that they write it down on their handwriting, right? So I'm going to ask him within that discovery, I'm going to ask him, are you licensed? And obviously he's going to say yes, right? And I'm going to ask him, are you licensed in life and health, or just life, or just health? And Robert's going to say?
Life, health, and annuities.
Life, health, and annuities. So that is like the perfect candidate right now, right? If they're not licensed in health, we can get that taken care of. If they're not licensed in life, we can get that taken care of. That's not a problem. But tonight we're going to talk about building the most incredible opportunity in the insurance industry today. Point blank, period. I've done my research. Feel free to do so as well. So I said, Robert, listen, the reason why we started this company and the most important thing for us is going to be to create financial independence. And the financial independence is going to start with you, right? The founders of this company, what they did was create an opportunity that you can literally fire your boss within the first 12 months of working with us. How does that sound to you? Okay. So write that statement down, right, guys? We're going to allow you to fire your boss within the first 12 months. And that's a solid statement, guys. And that's a true statement. Okay. fire your boss within the next 12 months, right? And in the discovery, I found out that he paints for a living and he hates doing that. And he wants to spend more time with the girls and his wife and so on and so forth. And my job and our job is to help him do that. Whatever it is that you found in the discovery, whether it's like they want to do ministry, whether they want to spend more time with their grandchildren, whatever it is, tie it down with the fact that we can help you get financially free within the first 12 months working. Now, how exactly do we do that? Well, we have multiple sides. Miriam, we have multiple sides of the equation here. The first side is the health insurance side, okay? Let's go over the numbers on the health insurance. On the health insurance, we're gonna build a monthly passive residual income to help you fire your boss, okay? So Robert, without, hunting the lions in Africa or without, drinking wine all over the world, like right now, what is the number that you need to bring into your house cash every month to cover all your bills so that you and your wife do not have to work? What's that number?
7,000 would be really comfortable for me.
7,000. Is that what you're bringing in now?
Not even close.
Okay, so what are you bringing in now?
If I'm lucky, 4,500.
Okay, so guys, watch what I just did there. And everybody's going to tell you a astronomical number in the world of like, I would love to order off the left side of the menu, right? But then you got to bring it in because we're going to get to that 7,000 number, right? And thank you, Robert, for being honest with me and helping me with this training, right? We're going to get to that number. He wants to get to 7,000. We're going to get to the 7,000, but 4,500 allows him and his wife to stay home and with the kids. And that's the number. That's the heart number. That's the tum 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 number.
That doesn't let me stay home. 7,500 would let me stay home.
Okay. All right. All right. Good. So I say, Robert, listen up. In the health side, whether it be Medicare or ACA, we do both. We do Medicare and ACA, okay, which is Affordable Care Act. At some point in history, it was called Obamacare. At some point in history, it was called Romney Care. It was actually from the Heritage Foundation in a think tank in Massachusetts many years ago. Okay, but the idea is this, and it's here to stay. ACA is here to stay. We've already have many of conversations on that. It was challenged by the Texas in the past year. It was overruled. It's here to stay. It is federal law. Okay, whether you like it or not, I don't care. We're not going into politics tonight. I'm just letting you know that that's a product that we have on our shelf, right? So with ACA, Robert, you're going to be able to get paid monthly residual. You're going to be able to build a monthly residual of average $25 PM. Write those letters down. PM. I'm going to get a tattoo one day. I don't have any tattoos, but I'm going to get a tattoo on my butt, say PM, right? I'm just kidding, Miriam. Miriam, it's the first time here. This is going to be a long night, Miriam. We're going to have some fun. But the letters PM, per member per month, okay? And the idea here is this, Robert. For every member that comes into your book of business, you're going to get paid an extra, let's call it $25 a month. So if you walk into a household, if you do a presentation, either in person, face-to-face, or online, and you present the business and you close that family on health insurance, you're going to get paid $25 per member per month. The average family in America has 4 members, father, mother, and 2 kids. Okay, father, mother, 2 kids. So that's 4. So you wrote down the number 25, right, Robert? Now write times 4. So that means that on average, you're going to increase your monthly residual by $100 for every family that you sign up. So if you need $4,500, you need 45 families. Now, Robert, in the whole state of Florida, do you think there's 45 families that need health insurance right now?
Absolutely.
Okay, for $7,500, you need 75 families. Do you think there's 75 families in the state of Florida that need health insurance right now?
Of course.
Right? So it doesn't matter what the number is, right? Just bring down the numbers to people so that it's like their legitimate, true heartbeat number, and then what their number is. So for 75,
so you get that residual for 12 months or
for as long as that family's on the books.
Okay.
Forever and ever, lottie-dottie and everybody, right? So without a shadow of a doubt, I know that in the 3 months that the ACA open enrollment starts up, I know you can get 100 families. Now, Robert, if you were to put 100 families in your book of business, 100 times 100, what's the math there? $10,000. See, folks, and most people on our team, right, with the exception of the crazies that live in New York, and I don't even know why you would live in New York right now, but if you live in Jersey or Florida or in Georgia or Pennsylvania, and and here, that you're okay with that monthly residual income. Okay, so that's what we do on the health side of the house. We build your book of business. We'll help you build your book of business through ACA and Medicare. Okay, and we'll help you get. If you're not licensed on that side, we help you get licensed, and we have a discount code. So write that down. We have a discount code for an online class for those of you guys who need licensing, either the health side or the life side, or both. Like in Miriam's case, she needs her life and health. Fabian, you have Miriam Gonzalez on the line. Okay, she's on the line. She's hearing us here now. And instead of paying $300 or $400, the candidate's going to pay $39 if it's online only. And if they want to go to a live class online, like Tuesdays and Wednesdays, they have an online live course, it's $59. Okay. Ahora bien, the next part of the house we're going to talk about is the life side. Now we have two big sides on the life side, and what we bring to the table is like no other. There's other platforms out there, guys, that are 100% concentrated on mortgage protection. Then they have their people buy $1,000 worth of leads every week. They run around town doing 20, 30, 40 appointments a week, right? They make some money, but that's not the big money to be made on the life side. Let's talk about the life side. So that mortgage protection or that term policies, write this down, Robert, right? Everybody else, write this down. The average policy is $83.33 a month, $83.33. And if you multiply that times 12, that gives you $1,000 APV. APV stands for annual premium value, okay? Now, Robert, if you go see Mr. and Mrs. Rodriguez tonight, and they have, it's two parents and they have kids, you got them on the health side, right? And then you talk to them, hey, listen, question number 2. Now, question number 1 is, do you have health insurance, right? And either they do or they don't. Regardless, we still quote them out and we still get them as customers. Question number 2, do you have something in place tonight that if something happens to you tomorrow and you don't make it home from work, that your wife is taking care of, that those kids are taken care of? Right? Because the biggest problem that you have in life is if you die too soon. That's the biggest problem for your family. Yes or yes?
Correct. Correct.
Okay. And the third question I'm going to ask you, Robert, is, do you have something in place in case you live too long? Right?
No. Yeah. Good.
Do you have something in place in case you live too long? Write those questions down, because those are golden questions. I'm telling you right now, those questions right there will make you millions and millions of dollars. All right. So die too soon, we take care of that with a inexpensive term insurance. Okay. And again, the term insurance, the average price is $83.33 a month. You multiply it times 12, and you have a $1,000 annual premium. Everything will be calculated based on annual premium. So Miriam, you're starting up tonight. You're getting this, going to get this license, right? We're going to teach you how to do this business. Hey, where'd she go? We lost her. Oh, there she goes. And Miriam, you're going to go out and you're going to see Mr. and Mrs. Rodriguez, right? And you're going to close Mr. and Mrs. Rodriguez on these policies. And your starting salary, your starting rate here is 60%, right? So you do that. You do 1,000 times 2. So you got husband and wife. So that's $2,000. And you multiply that times 60%. So you made $1,200 in 1 hour. Miriam, legally and legitimately, when was the last time you made $1,200 in 1 hour? Never, right? And majority of the people have, the answer is never. They've never made $1,200 in their life, right? In an hour. And then you can do that, Miriam. Guess what? 168 times in a week. There's 168 hours in a week, right? I don't recommend that. At some point, you got to sleep and eat, right? But you can do that, I don't know, 5-10 times a week. But $1,200, how many times a week do you need to do that? Right? That's pretty good money. Now watch this, Miriam. The goal here is we're going to work with you. You're going to work with Fabian and Andres and Heather and all the leadership on the team here. and we're going to help you get promoted up to regional vice president. As a regional vice president, you get paid 100% commission. 100% commission. Now, Robert, write this down. $2,000, which is Mr. and Mrs. Rodriguez, times 100% commission. How much money did you make that night? Anybody? Robert, we lost you, bud. Anybody else want to take a stab at it?
The whole 2,000, well,
The whole $2,000.
$2,000.
$2,000. Same work. You just got promoted to regional vice president, right? Now, Rico, watch this. You write $2,000 tonight on your pen. That's great money. There's not very many places in America, unless you're a doctor and a high-speed surgeon, right? Because not even like a regular doctor, you're going to get paid $2,000 in an hour, right? Now, Rico, this is the part that is exciting to me. Watch this. You get to regional vice president and you build a team here. And you get little Johnny. And you help little Johnny get licensed and get him going, right? And little Johnny goes out tonight. And little Johnny writes Mr. and Mrs. Rodriguez. You're not even there, Enrique. Let me talk to you about the spread quadrant, right? The spread. You like that, Andres? The spread quadrant. I just changed the name of it. Let me talk to you about the B quadrant, right? And by the way, everybody, write that on your paper, right across, like let me show you what that looks like. If you write across like that, like straight, like that, and then you write E. On the top left, you write an E. On the bottom left, you write an SE. On the top right, you write a B. And on the bottom right, you write an I. Okay? I know it's going to be flipped over. But on the E, SE, and on the right side, B and I. B and then I. So everybody knows what the E is. That's when you get taught to in school. Sit down, shut up, be on time, eat lunch when you're told to, go home when you're told to, right? That's the employee quadrant. All of us on this line hate that quadrant. If not, you wouldn't be here at 7 o'clock on a Monday. You'll be watching La Telenovela, right? If you really like that line, right? The SE is your self-employed. That's where most of us are right now, right? We're like, okay, I don't want to have a boss, but I gotta go make money, generate money, right? I have your limited time, and you have all the time in the world to work whenever you want to work, right? Make as much money as you want, but you got to work. Because the left side, where the E and the SE, that's active income. That's where you are actually going out there and working. And that's why, Enrique, the company that you come from, right? And a lot of people that are making good money, the high commission guys, they're on that side of the quadrant. They got to go fuerte every day. They got to go to work every day. They got to go to work every day, because the moment they stop working, they stop making money. Right? And I don't care if you're at 130, 180, 190, 250,000%, right? If 100% of your income comes off of your pen, life stinks. Life stinks. Okay? On the right side, you have the B quadrant. You're a business owner. And that's what we do here. We help you become a business owner, Enrique. We help you start your own agency and create your own business here. Okay? So when you teach Pepito, little Johnny, how to do the business, little Johnny runs out there, Heather, tonight, and he closes up Mr. Rodriguez, Tamika. He calls you up. He's so excited, Robert, you don't even know what to tell him, man. He's like, dude, I just made $1,200 on my pen tonight, Robert. I never made this kind of money, brother. How many more times can I do this week? And he's jacked out of his mind. But you're his regional vice president. And you're at 100% and he's at 40%. Excuse me, 60%. That's a 40% override, right? So if you made 40% off of little Johnny tonight, how much money did you make? $40 of 2,000?
That's like 400, 450.
400 times 2?
800.
Oh, I thought you said
800. $2,000 is $400 on Mr. Rodriguez and $400 on Mrs. Rodriguez. You just made $800, Robert. You're not there. What you did was you built a business. and you help little Johnny make $1,200. Little Johnny's never made $1,200 on his pen in his life in 1 hour, legitimately, without being shot at, without worrying about having to go to jail. Right, Mary? And that's exciting for little Johnny. Most exciting for you. It's exciting for me, right? Because the question here is, how many little Johnnies can you get out in the field? How many little Sallys can you get out in the field? Help them. And then you help them get promoted. Because Miriam's coming in tonight. She's not licensed, but as soon as she gets licensed, our next conversation is, okay, Miriam, we're going to teach you how to make $1,200 or more on your pen within an hour, right? And we're going to help you increase your monthly income so that you can fire your boss or you can have good money coming in. But then we're also going to teach you, as we teach you, this is a leadership business. You take a step, you teach somebody else to take a step. And then you take enough steps, and eventually you become a regional vice president here. Now you're teaching little Johnnies, right? Now you're building it out. Now, how many little Johnnies, how big can you build your business, right? Wide as a fat baby's butt. You're going to build it wide. You're going to go as many people as you can, because the more people you have in the field that are legitimately making money, the bigger your income is. You follow? You see how that is? This is not just an Armando Torres opportunity, guys. This is an opportunity for each one of you guys to get free. Each one of you guys to build your company within the company, right? That's the conversation I want to have with you. I don't want to have this conversation of like, hey, buy $1,000 of leads every week, go out and close as many appointments as you can. Next week, do it again. Next week, do it again. Next week, do it again. Next month, do it again. Next year, do it again. Man, I know people have been doing that crap 10, 12, 13, 15, 20 years. They're burned out, but they got to do it because they never built a business. So my conversation with you, Robert, tonight is let's help you build a business. Is that a good conversation?
Yes, sir.
All right. So we help people at the beginning, self-employed, fire your boss, move into that self-employed quadrant, right? Learn the business, learn how to quote out business, how to quote out these deals, learn how to talk to a family, learn how to make money in your pen. If they die too soon, they gotta have something in place. Now, here's the second conversation. They call it in most companies advanced markets. We don't call it advanced markets. We call it legacy division because it's not that advanced. It's a simple conversation. Enrique, watch the conversation. The question is, do you have something in place in case you live too long? Do you have something in place in case you live too long? So when you have that conversation, guess what most people in America are going to tell you? Guess what they're going to tell you? Is this mic on? They're going to tell you, nananino. Nananino means, heck no, I don't got nothing in place, right? Nananino. Or they might tell you, I have a 401k, but if they have a 401k, 100% of your money is in equities. Do you know what the stock market does? And you look at my finger, guys. This is the trading. The stock market does like this, Miriam. And guess what? It's been doing this for a long time. It's about to do this. It's about to do this. And if you're caught when this and 100% of your money is in equities, you're going to lose a lot of money. Like tangible dollar sign money. You're going to go from a 401k to a 102k, right? Within a couple of weeks because the market moves that fast. So we have products like IULs and annuities that have a floor. Miriam, you know, a floor is going to be your friend when it's a free fall, okay? Because I'd rather hit the floor than get, you know, enterrado, right? Doug, how do you say enterrado? Anybody know how to say enterrado in English? ¿Cómo se dice enterrado?
Buried.
Buried, right? Buried, right? Ay, Dios mío, look at that cuteness. That's a cutie. So, you know, the reality is that last year when Corona hit, and you could tell people, market went down 30% in like a week. My clients who had their money in IULs, guess what? Zero loss. So we put together that portfolio. So what we do, Miriam, what we do differently than any other company out there is, number one, we create an incredible business opportunity for you. And number two, we create a whole portfolio for the family. You're no longer going to be just an insurance salesperson. You're not just showing up one time out of a lead, clear blue sky, selling them something and gone like Batman into the thin black air, right? I'm telling you guys, I ran that racket for a little while, and it was so challenging for me. I think that the most challenging #1 sales job that I ever had in my life was the timeshare business. I had 90 minutes, and I will never see these people again. And it was so hard because I'm a rapport guy. I like to build a rapport, build a relationship, right, with the people. I had 90 minutes to close them, and once we closed it, we were done, right, Andres? We're done. We'll never see you again. Whew. Right? Second hardest thing I think I'd ever done was mortgage protection leads, right? And we did good. We closed. But that you're leaving so much money on the table. I think in the past 3 years that you've been doing this, brother, you're missing the opportunity with so many people. Now we can go back there, take care of their in case you live scenario, right? Now you can take care of their IUL products and annuity products, and you could take care of the health side, and you could take care of the whole, and be that trusted advisor for that family. And that's what we do different. And that's why our company's name Powerhouse Financial, because it's a powerhouse opportunity. All right, guys. Those of you guys who are watching the recording, stand by a second. I'm going to pause it because I'm going to go to those that are live, answer any questions that they have and stuff like that. If you're watching this recording, you have questions, get with your upline. And if your upline doesn't have the questions, make sure that they get with their upline. And if they have to get all the way to me, that's fine. And if I have to go above someplace in the universe, we will get an answer for you, right? But I'm going to go ahead and pause the recording for those of you guys watching the recording. And I'm going to answer some questions here for those of you guys out. All right, so just clarifying that, the cash flow quadrant, you have the E for employee, SE for self-employed. On the right-hand side, you have a B for business, and that means you're a business owner. That's a system that runs itself, right? And that's what we talked about tonight. And then the I is that investor, right? Where your money makes money. Straight up, your money's making money, right? And that's where we help our clients out. Really, guys, I mean, I really got excited last year when I looked at this for, in detail, and I realized that with an IUL, right, or with an annuity, you get into those products and you do not lose money. Your clients do not lose money. There is no market risk. You got all the benefits of the market, and then all the and the risk is completely eliminated, right? And that's a big thing for people because you can help them make money for real year after year after year. Worst case scenario, the market turns around and blows up. Your worst case scenario is that you didn't make any interest that year, but you didn't lose a penny. And that's huge. And that's huge, right? So the investor quadrant, that's where I want everybody here to be at too, right? Because we talked about, Robert, early on, it's like that $4,500 or $7,500 figure, right? But now let's get you to 10,000. But when we get you to 10,000, Robert, and we get you 15 and 20 and to 30,000, it's not for you to go supersize it at McDonald's. The fact is that you have a family to take care of, right? You got to put some money together for your personal retirement. You got to put together for those babies to go to college or to take care of their, life. You're going to have to pay for weddings, and you're going to have to pay for quinces and whatever else, you got to have to take care of, right? I know I got a daughter now. It's like, man, I got a lot of responsibilities. My boys, I'm like 18, you got to go. I don't care where you go, you just got to go. But the girls, that's a different animal altogether, man. So the idea of that investment, that I quadrant, is to make sure that we take care of that family, that we put together those plans in case they live too long, in case they have a daughter, right, or two, or in case they want to retire to Florida, right? You don't retire to Florida broke, guys. It's hard. It's a hard state, guys. Up there in New Jersey, I'm telling you, unless you move to Lakeland. Well, you can move to Lakeland. Lakeland is pretty cheap, right? Then Champions Gate area is pretty cheap, but you can't move to Miami. Miami is, you better have some money to go to Miami, right?
Lakeland's getting like Miami.
You're right. When I moved here to Lakeland a few years ago, when I moved to this area, I mean, it was like campo, it was like horses and cows and orange trees. Now it's a lot of building stuff going on. So you got to have money. So in any case, you're going to need money. So that's where that I quadrant becomes very important. So guys, that's the training for tonight. That's how you do a napkin presentation. That's how you talk to people who are already licensed. Because the idea here, guys, is very simple. I'm going to teach you. We are going to teach you. We have amazing leaders on the team. We're going to teach you how to make money on your pen. But more importantly, I want you to understand that this is a business. I want you to start thinking like a business owner, right? Day one, you're in business. Write this down. I am in business for myself, not by myself. With that, for those of you guys who are recording, I'm going to stop this and call it a day. This will be put us on our webpage. and also we'll be posted on our Facebook page. If you are not yet subscribed to our big Facebook page, make sure you do that. It's Powerhouse FIN on Facebook. You can look us up, Facebook Powerhouse FIN. Request to be a member there. And those of you guys who are ready to sign up, get with the person who invited you and sign up and get rock and rolling. Those of you guys who are here live, give me one more second here.